Here's to feeling good all the time.
My name is George. I'm unemployed and I live with my parents.
Hey, you know what would make a great coffee table book? A coffee table book about coffee tables.
I don't have a square to spare. I can't spare a square.
But I don't want to be a pirate!
Hello, and welcome to Seincast, a retrospective on all 180 episodes of Seinfeld, being hosted by two guys who could barely run their own lives. My name is Vinnie.
My name's Matt.
Oh.
We've got those morning voices going on.
We do. I'd also like to say, look who's recording at 6 o'clock.
Not 6 o'clock at night, 6 o'clock in the morning. Vinny and I had some trouble with our connection last night, and we're like, hey, let's record a podcast about Seinfeld at 6 a.m.
Anytime is a good time to talk Seinfeld.
It was funny. I set my alarm last night, and I'm like, you and I have a history where we both need to get up at a certain time, and one of us sleeps through it. And I snoozed my alarm, or hit the snooze. I don't think can you snooze an alarm? And
if you don't touch it and you just sleep through it.
Well, I woke up at like 5:50, all on my own, and it felt kind of good. It was like my mental alarm. Unlike Kramer, I was able to wake up at the right time.
You've had like a religious awakening. You're a snooze again.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
Well, anyway, so we are here to continue our discussion of the Raincoats, which we covered part 1 yesterday. We're going to do part 2 today. Don't have any news, anything crazy really that came up in the past 24 hours, but one of our listeners, Michael Jones on Facebook, pointed out that Jerry Seinfeld was on The Daily Show on Wednesday the 27th. Haven't gotten a chance to see this yet. It's a bit of a coincidence because I just gave up on watching The Daily Show with Trevor Noah last week just because I just couldn't deal with the interview segments of all things. They just made me feel very awkward and uncomfortable. But maybe this will get me back in. We'll see.
Okay. Let me know how it goes.
For sure. I'll send you a link too. And in fact, I'll include a link for the episode in our show notes if anyone else wants to watch the episode. From what I hear, it was a really good interview.
Cool.
Then, regarding yesterday's discussion, remember we brought up Tippy Tippy Day Day? We had no idea what that was from.
I remember.
One of our listeners, Cindy Clausen, on Facebook, just included a link, and she didn't want to take that much credit for it. She's like, someone else did the research. All she did was Google. So
that's very sweet of her.
Yeah. She's better at researching this than we are, apparently, because it was just a Google search away. But this is taking us back to a forum, oh my God, back in October of 2003. Someone posted on a sitcom message board, Tippy Tippy Day Day. I remember Jerry used it in the Close Talker episode, but what does it refer to? And you've got a lot of responses. No one's really helping. Someone posted, I like to link it to the Dean Martin classic, That's More. Hearts will play Tippy Tippy Tay. But that doesn't exactly meet Jerry's quote. Someone theorizes maybe Jerry was just, having fun, just doing like a play on words. But there's one individual on here that says this. And they took 3 years to respond. So they said, I was curious as well to this reference. I did some research and found this thread to be one of the only one to inquire yet. The line can be heard in the movie Send Me No Flowers, and it's muttered by singer-actress Doris Day. The line is, and a tippy tippy day day to you too, mama, not just a whim. So that's the exciting conclusion to Tippy Tippy Day Day, a quote from a Doris Day movie, Send Me No Flowers.
I think we have it.
Yeah.
I'd like to argue, though, not only did Cindy Google, but she also scrolled down. So much more than we would have done.
Yeah.
So thank you, Cindy.
Obviously. Yeah, that was a fun read just because I thought Tippy Tippy Day Day was like a person, like a weird character from like an old variety show. I didn't know what it was from.
I remember Tippecanoe and Tyler too.
I grew up in Tippecanoe County in Indiana.
Remember Tippecanoe?
Tyler too. And I grew up with Tyler. Remember he was at the wedding.
A president and a king. Can we have lunch, please?
Anyways, should we move on to part 2 of the Raincoats?
I would love to move on to part 2.
I'm not crazy about used clothes. I mean, they call it vintage, to take your mind off of what it really is, nasty wear. Oh, it's clean, people wear underwear. Yeah, well, they don't wear iron underwear. And that's what it's going to take to get me in those clothes. I mean, I'll move into an apartment after a strange person moves out. Why would I want to move into somebody's pants? There is no vintage underwear, of course. But it's not because a guy couldn't sell its underwear. It's because men wear their underwear until it absolutely disintegrates. Men hang on to underwear until each individual underwear molecule is so strained it can barely retain the properties of a solid. It actually becomes underwear vapor. We don't even throw it out. We just open a window and it goes out like dandelion spores. That's how men throw out underwear. We just go, and it's gone. That's it. It's just...
It's funny, I use this analogy a lot. If my wife's ever like, oh, you need new jeans or you need a new shirt. I'm like, no, I have to wait for it to just fall apart like dandelion spores and float away.
Oh, spores actually make it into the reference. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, this is something I'm proud to say I steal verbatim.
Good for you, Ma. I remember in my younger days this ringing true, especially with the underwear, because I'd always have holes in my underwear, ladies. I try to be a little more vigilant now in my twilight years. But I always remember having holey underwear when I was a kid and a teen.
How's your underwear?
No holes, baby.
Oh, nice. This analogy and the Coke machine. Remember with Jerry and equating a Coke machine, rocking it back and forth? That's putty in a lane, breaking up, basically. You got to rock it a few times before it falls over. That is one of my other favorite analogies from the show.
That one is also a stroke of brilliance. And in a later episode, when, during the zany years, is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. So first scene of the episode, we are at the Regency movie theater. This I researched just because I like old movie theaters. This was a single screen theater shut down in February of 1999. I was a little confused based on Google Maps because it looks like it used to be where that one theater, Vinny, we really like to go to, Lincoln Center 13 with IMAX. But in fact, it was across the street. There's an Apple store there now. I was reading some really nice comments on this old website from people who grew up in New York, lived on the Upper West Side in the 60s, 70s, and 80s who used to go to this theater. So there's a lot of, neat little stories of people reminiscing about it. And I'll include a link on our show notes if anyone is interested in that sort of thing.
Cool.
But this time the theater is playing Schindler's List. And we move into the theater, and as can be expected, everyone is crying, everyone is moved. What is the sound? It's some German, of course, saying Schnell. That's always German movies.
Schnell.
But the camera starts moving through the audience, and everyone's crying, very moved. And what do we see?
Jerry and Rachel are making out.
Yes. Or
they were engaged in some sort of amorous activity.
Yes. But yeah, they're really going at it hard during this, just heartbreaking movie. And just when you think the scene is over, the camera moves to the back row, and there's Newman watching the two, just seething.
Oh, good word.
Yeah, how did you put it?
I saw it as him doing his best Joe Pesci impression from Home Alone with the under his breath. He's going he's kind of mouthing. He's irate that there's Jerry living it up in the front row.
Have you seen Schindler's List?
I saw it when it came out. I haven't seen it since.
So you were young. You were like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I didn't see it in theaters. I just saw it when it was on video. My parents had rented it. Mm-hmm. I remember it being very moving and powerful, but I haven't seen it since.
Yeah, I like you. I saw it when I was really young too. My parents weren't like, "You got to see this," but I was doing a project in 4th grade, which seems really heavy looking back on it. I did a project on children of the Holocaust. We're going to have some laughs here today, sorry. But my mom said, it would be appropriate, even though I was 9 years old, to see the movie just to get me to really understand from like a story perspective, like emotionally, really what happened. And that's really something to see the movie like you when you're so young. But it's funny. I don't know if the movie had as big an impact on me then as it would now, because I watched some clips from the movie. That was 25 years ago. I watched some clips from the movie on YouTube last night and this morning, and I started like bawling.
Oh,
it's so moving. Like even just like a little, 3-minute clip, especially the end, which we'll get into this week. It was, really, really powerful stuff. And there's nothing like, you're tearing up, you're crying, and then the clip ends and it jumps right into like a T-Mobile commercial.
yeah. That's
People taking a chainsaw to like 30% off. Anyways, we cut over to Jerry's apartment after his makeout session, and when Jerry returns home, his parents are sitting at the table wanting to know, hey, how was the movie? And he's a little short for words.
How was the end with the list?
Yeah, that was some list.
What do you think of the black and white?
The what? The cookie?
The movie's in black and white.
Tell you, I could see it again. So he does a pretty terrible job, like recovering here. I can't believe his parents aren't like, what are you talking about? Did you see the movie?
Well, little does Jerry know they'll be on to him soon enough.
Yes. We cut over to Rudy's, and Kramer's complaining to Rudy about Jack Klompus, and I just love this idea. Rudy has no idea who this person is, and what does he say even here when Kramer's complaining?
Look, I find this whole thing very uninteresting. I'm in.
He doesn't care at all.
No.
And I love, Michael has some incredible noises this scene. Like, how does he do the key? It's like, you gotta just jiggle it in. Jiggle it. Jiggle it in. So yeah, he tells Rudy how the jackets are delayed. They're not going to get there yet. But
he's on Rudy's side.
Right. Rudy's like, well, hey, listen, this is really uninteresting. Bring the coats in when you get them. And that's when George arrives to try to buy some of his dad's clothes back. And he invites Kramer over for some paella. And when he starts to badmouth the Seinfelds, he realizes, hey, maybe I shouldn't, because Morty and Kramer are business partners. Kramer points out, well, we're not really partners. Morty's only giving me 25% of the deal. And I think this is kind of interesting from a George perspective, because he starts pointing out how unfair that is. It was your idea.
Yeah, I know.
You're doing all the legwork.
That's right.
He's ripping you off.
You're right. He's ripping me off.
If anyone should be getting more, it's you.
He's ripping me off.
Don't let him take advantage of you like that.
Yeah.
Where's this coming from? Like, is George really outraged, do you think? Or is he just trying to screw up Morty's plans?
I think it's a little bit of animosity toward the Seinfelds for blowing off his parents. Because I can't think of another instance when George has a grudge against the Seinfelds. But it is money. So, yeah. I mean, $8,000. So I guess when huge sums of money are on the line.
Well, before we leave the scene, Rudy approaches George, and don't you love the delivery of, oh, it's you. You're the one who sold me the moth-ridden cabana crap.
And there's a great blooper that came out of this scene where Rudy delivers that same line, and he starts kind of bearing down on George. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, Jason goes into this like karate stance, and he goes, "Oh," as if, because he, it's like him anticipating Rudy's going to fight him. Mm-hmm. But check the bloopers for that.
Well, we cut over to Jerry's apartment, and sure enough, Morty's been thinking he doesn't think Kramer should be getting 25%. Instead, he thinks he should just get a finder's fee, 10%, no more. And Helen tells Morty, well, you're not going to say anything. But right on cue, Kramer enters.
I've been thinking about something.
Yeah, so have I.
I don't think the deal is fair.
You don't think it's fair?
No. I found the place. I set the whole thing up. I'm doing all the legwork.
What? Legwork?
Oh, there's legwork.
If anything, you're getting too much.
Too much?
That's right. They're my coats.
Okay, look, I want 35%.
I'm thinking more like 15.
No way I'm taking 15.
Well, you're not getting 35.
All right, let's compromise. 25%.
Okay, it's a deal.
One of the most beautiful scenes between two actors who complement each other so well. Again, I mentioned bloopers a couple minutes ago. There's another really touching blooper to go along with this scene. Barney Martin flubs his line, and he says, I'm thinking more like 10. I'm thinking more like 15%. And Michael, without missing a beat, says, "There's no way I'm taking 10 or 15%." And it's so seamless that he throws Barney Martin, and Barney Martin cannot help but laugh, and he's like marveling at Michael in the moment.
If anything, you're getting too much.
Too much!
That's right, they're my raincoats.
Look, I want 35%.
I'm thinking more like 10. I'm thinking more like 15%.
There's no way I'm taking 10 or 15.
And he actually stops and just takes Michael and just kisses him on the cheek. And it's such a sweet, like, tender moment. The no hugging, no learning. But when the cameras are off, like, every time I see that, I you talked about Schindler's List choking you up. This chokes me up as
This is your Schindler.
Yeah, well, it's just this sweet old man, like one of the nicest guys. Everybody says Barney Martin, and Michael's kind of saving the scene for him. Like that one, I hope people go out and watch.
There's another blooper that I always think is this moment when Barney. You always say Barney Martin, and I always think of Steinberg.
Barney Martin.
Where he flubs a line, Michael, saves him, and Barney turns to the audience and he's like, "He is so sweet. He just tried to save me." Do you know that blooper?
I don't know exactly what scene it is, but I do remember Barney's reaction, him turning to the crowd. Oh, I forgot about that.
Same setting. It's like in Jerry's apartment. Anyways, yeah, this is a interesting moment because it is, as Jerry pointed out, the meeting of Smith and Wesson. It's Kramer and Morty teaming up, which is, the first time really we'll see this.
That's true.
In the series.
Won't be the last.
No, definitely not. Especially with them like, "Oh, we got a plan," and then it just totally falls apart. We cut over to Rudy's, and we're continuing the conversation we left earlier. Rudy is laying into George about the moth issue, and he apologizes and gives Rudy the $225 for his father's clothes. And we find out, of course, that Rudy already burned the clothes.
Oh, that's good.
We cut over to Monk's, and Elaine is not able to get over this Aaron issue. A 35-year-old going to great length to make sure Jerry's parents are enjoying themselves. I mean, do you find that abnormal?
It is a tad askew. Ooh, that's a line that I love to use. Using askew in a sentence makes you sound very learned.
Yes, which you won't find on this podcast. No. Elaine feels like she can't say anything because Aaron is just being nice, but nobody's this nice. This is like certifiably nice. This is only something that the main four in Seinfeld would believe, that Aaron is actually insane. Like he's so sweet that he's crazy.
He's the one who's off his rocker. Yes.
Because we can agree there is something very bizarre about Aaron going to great lengths to entertain and take care of the Seinfelds, want to be with them. But just the idea of being really nice is crazy.
Well, that's foreign to this bunch.
Elaine doesn't know what to do, but she asks, "Hey, how was Schindler's List?" Jerry admits, "Well, I didn't really actually go see the movie.
I was kind of making out."
Yes. And I was going to pull a clip from this scene, but I decided to pull the clip of Jerry's parents, confronting him.
Oh, yeah, that's better.
Is this a classic scene in the realm of you were making out during Schindler's List?
Oh, that particular moment, yes. It's Mrs. Seinfeld confronting Jerry.
But this is pretty classic in of itself, just the concept of someone criticizing Jerry for making out during Schindler's List. Jerry tries to defend himself by saying, "Hey, we're both living with our parents here." Possibly making matters worse, Jerry saw Newman as he was leaving, but he's pretty sure that he didn't see Jerry. And when we cut over to Jerry's apartment, speak of the devil.
Hello, Mrs. Seinfeld.
Hello, Newman. Jerry's not here.
Having a nice trip?
Wonderful. We went to the theater last night.
Oh, the theater. Because I was wondering
Wondering what?
why I didn't see you at Schindler's List with Jerry.
Well, we already saw it.
Oh, well, it's a good thing for Jerry that you didn't go.
Why is that?
Well, he really seemed to have his hands full, if you know what I mean.
I'm afraid I don't.
Him and his buxom little friend Rachel were going at it pretty good in the balcony.
What?
But do I have to spell it out for you? He was moving on her like the stormtroopers into Poland.
Jerry was necking during Schindler's List?
Yes! And a more offensive spectacle I cannot recall. Anyway, I just really came up to get some detergent.
Jerry sends his laundry out.
Oh, right. Well, it was nice seeing you folks. And, oh, by the way, you didn't hear this from me. Ta-ta.
I love that the same animosity that Jerry has for Newman, who is his sworn enemy, is deeply rooted in his mother as well.
Yes. With no explanation. It's just there.
And is this the only character to give a hello Newman other than Jerry?
Oh, what about Babs Kramer? It's like, oh, Newman.
Hi, Newman. Yeah, but that could count too.
But
well, actually, that wasn't a hello. That was a hi.
Yes.
So if we're keeping it within the Seinfeld universe, you owe me $100.
How does $50 out? Yeah. Well, I love this too. I love that the animosity towards Newman tracks throughout the Seinfeld family. When I watched this clip, I realized this is, at least up until this point, the best Newman scene. Can you think of one that tops this from the first 5 seasons?
Trying to think of what the classic ones are, like the one that ends with him, when you control a mail, you control information.
Well, you got the boyfriend of, the Keith Hernandez stuff. You've got, what is it, the pitch, the ticket when he's in the courtroom with Kramer. And also with that, with George, like, I'm a United States postal worker. There's a lot of great stuff, but this Newman moment to me is the first scene we get of Newman as this evil, mischievous character wanting to really screw with Jerry. We've had elements of that before, like in The Barber or the his first episode, the suicide. But there's something about this here where I feel like he's really, turning the screws and really trying to get Jerry busted.
He's going to put the kibosh on Jerry.
Yeah.
Did you notice during the scene, he's kind of like perusing the apartment and he notices a candy and he picks it up and just puts it in his pocket?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's great. He's so good at playing this, not campy, but like a nice callback to that antagonist, in like the 40s or 50s, just really kind of slimy and a little cocky.
He's pure evil.
And I love that last line where he's like, I just wanted to see if Jerry had some detergent. Jerry sends his laundry out. Oh, right. Yeah, anyways, let's cut over to, I guess, Jerry's apartment again later on. Jerry comes home and he's immediately confronted by his parents.
What? What did I do?
How could you?
How could I what?
You were making out during Schindler's List?
No.
Don't lie, Jerry.
No.
How could you do such a thing?
I couldn't help it. We hadn't been alone together in a long time, and we just kind of started up a little during the coming attractions, and the next thing we knew, the war was over.
I imagine this is how Jerry's parents would scold him when he was a child, because he delivers his rebuttal in the same childlike fashion.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't help it.
Yes.
Anyway.
There was actually something when Schindler's List came out. Do you remember this? Like a woman laughed at a moment in the movie that was really inappropriate. It was like how someone, as morbid as this is, like how someone fell when they were shot or something like that.
Oh, no, I don't remember that.
Something happened. I don't know if she was like a fight broke out or if she was like kicked out of the theater or something happened. And it might have only been in Indiana. I just remember my parents talking about this article in the newspaper when the movie came out.
No, I don't remember that.
No. Okay. Well, that's sort of the same camp, kind of.
Well, isn't it in poor taste to make out in any movie? It just happened. The fact that it's Schindler's List makes it that much worse.
There was one moment I saw one of the Harry Potter movies with my sister.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, like 10 or hang on.
Where are you going with this, Matt?
Yeah, sorry. The movie ended. The credits were rolling. And my sister and I were like, oh, that was, pretty good. It was Prisoner of Azkaban, actually. And I just look over to my right, and there's this couple furiously making out. And it was just the oddest moment, because I'm like, it's the credits, and you're just like, what are you doing? Like, why are you guys... Anyways, phone rings, and it's Jack Klompus. And don't you love how Jerry tells his dad, Dad, it's Klompus.
Yeah. The nice guy routine is over. Earlier in the episode, we saw him, should have kept the pen.
Everyone's fed up with Klompus here. Once again, he's complaining how the key doesn't work. And what he had to do was break the window of the garage, or of the house, I'm not sure which, to get in. And I think you hear Doris off stage being like, he should be on his hands and knees thanking you. But the boxes got sent. They should be arriving tomorrow afternoon, 2:00.
Tomorrow afternoon.
Tomorrow afternoon.
Tomorrow afternoon.
Yes, a bubble. Doesn't it feel like that? Just the back and forth?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Leveling up. I know.
I've just realized the 6 a.m. thing might have been a big mistake. Jack did not send the Raincoats Express like Morty told him to. Turns out it was $10 cheaper in the afternoon than in the morning. He figured, what the hell's the difference?
What about the window?
I gotta fix your window now? So Morty hangs up and accepts that, hey, we're not going to make the flight to Paris, even though they're with the charter group, which I didn't really understand. How does a charter group work?
Don't even ask, because I do not understand how charter... I mean, I assume just from the episode, they're non-refundable. If you don't make it, you're out of luck.
Right.
So I'm not sure.
You bought me non-refundable tickets.
You idiot.
Yeah. Well, Morty is fine just figuring out some other place to visit. No one really understands the importance of selling these coats. You know, fashion is cyclical. This thing could come back. Which I really like the side of Morty that we're getting here. He's really obsessed, and I don't know if it's just the deal. Well, it probably is the deal. It's like the Willards.
Well, exactly. He's more interested in the deal than the item itself.
Mm-hmm.
But this is, like, remember I talked about my Wonderful Ed spinoff?
Mm-hmm.
Or actually prequel this would be. But I'd like to see a young Morty being a go-getter, back in the 40s. I think that'd be a fun premise.
I like that. Maybe you could have his friend is the guy that runs the deli in the lobby.
Exactly. Getting corned beef, Larry? Yeah.
Oh, man, what a great show. Writes itself. Anyways, we're over at the Costanzas for dinner. George still hasn't come clean about selling his dad's clothes. Suggests maybe moths ate them.
Moths ate 3 boxes?
I never picked up on this, but when George says, well, when larvae hatch, they're everywhere. And that's the same thing Rudy said earlier.
That's when you were a kid and you were just dumb and missed stuff.
I was a little slow to the joke. At the top of this clip, Estelle admits that she never liked those Seinfelds anyways. He's an idiot altogether. And who's he in this situation, Jerry or Morty?
I think she's referring to Morty.
Because Morty did refer to Jerry as my idiot son earlier, which we didn't really talk about, but...
Oh, yeah. Hey, what did I do?
Yeah.
But I do like Frank's line, a raincoat salesman. I could buy him and sell him like that.
Yeah, so there you go. They probably are talking about Morty.
I was thinking today, I never liked those Seinfelds anyway. He's an idiot altogether. Ah, there's Kramer.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh. Hey. Good evening.
Hope you're hungry.
Ooh, paella.
Hey, let me take your coat.
Oh, yeah, thanks, buddy.
That shirt. Where'd you get that shirt?
What?
That's my Cabana shirt. You stole my shirt, you son of a bitch! George, have any idea your friends were up in the attic stealing my clothes? Give me that back! Give me that! Give me I bought it from Rudy!
Rudy! That skunk! I know he didn't burn those clothes.
Who's Rudy? What clothes?
I sold your clothes yesterday.
You sold my clothes?
What do you mean you sold my
I didn't think you wore them anymore.
It's crow's wear!
Kramer, I love that shirt.
That's because it's mine!
You look just like Frank on our honeymoon.
Oh. Well, thank you.
Hello.
Love that.
What is that? He fogs up the glass, too.
It's just one of those weird Michael Richards things that probably, not in the script at all, just he decided to do.
Yeah.
And I really like it. It's a weird, charming moment, and how he comes in and he gives Estelle like a big kiss on the cheek.
Good evening.
Yeah.
You want to talk about delicate genius? This is a perfect example of it. Fogging up that glass.
Mm-hmm. Frank is just fantastic in this scene. Like Newman, I feel like his character really comes together in this arc.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of the like cabana wear clothing arc that much, but Frank's, how Frank deals with it is just wonderful. You can tell Jerry Stiller is really, sinking his teeth into the role now.
Kramer looks to be a bit ticklish as Frank goes for his shirt.
Yeah.
He's like unbuttoning it. He's trying to like, he doesn't rip it off Kramer, but he's going to gently unbutton it.
Yeah, we find out later too, Kramer is all ticklish, so something's going on this episode.
And once again, George gets bopped on the head. Always good comedy.
Mm-hmm. Frank finds out about Rudy, the clothes, Morty missing his flight in order to sell the raincoats tomorrow, so he's going to head right down to Rudy's then. Since the tickets to Paris are going to be wasted, you see the gears in George's head start turning.
I hope this was either blocked or rehearsed, but when
the mouse
Kramer notices that mouse, and this is the second time now, Frank runs like a little mouse. No, Frank runs into the other room. Him and Kramer get stuck in the door frame, in the door jamb, which it just tickles me. The timing of it.
Yes, very similar to Colonel Mustard, Miss Scarlet. Ladies first.
No thanks.
We get an act break, and we're at Monk's here. Just a brief scene as Jerry finds out that George is going to use his parents' Paris tickets since they're not going anymore. He'll get a free trip. He goes into the Big Brothers Hall of Fame, and he gets to mail his own postcards.
I'm paying for these tickets.
It's all right. I got lunch.
That's a similar feeling to, a cup of coffee should cover it.
Love you. Nicely done. We are at JFK, and Kramer, Morty, and Jerry are at baggage claim waiting for the boxes of raincoats to arrive. Now, am I missing something? If you send something express, you pick it up at the airport?
That is a excellent point. Feldman. I never thought of why they were picking it up at the airport.
Especially at the luggage carousel. It just seems bizarre.
The only idea I could think of is that to see the boxes on this conveyor belt makes it kind of funny that they're just going to be going by.
Yeah.
And the reveal. That's my only idea, but yeah, it's kind of weak now that I think about it.
Right. Well, while they're waiting, Kramer's going on about the paella at the Costanzas. Orgiastic feast.
A wanton festival of sights, sounds, and colors.
Very cute as Kramer and Morty go back and forth here. This reminds me a lot of the condo president campaign. How much money they're going to make. Kramer's excited. Morty's confident. But
Mr. Puppet Master.
As the carousel starts up, all of the raincoats are just scattered. The boxes are crushed. They're wide open. Turns out Klompus never taped the boxes. He just flipped the flaps.
He's one of those flap flippers.
It's pretty stupid on Klompus's part, but...
Well, clearly he doesn't give a shit. So he it was nice enough to throw a rock through the window, but he didn't repair the window or probably even tape it up. Probably because he had Doris in his ear the whole time. They don't seem to be the closest of friends.
Yeah. As the three struggle to gather all of the raincoats, Jerry spots his dad's Gateway to Paris charter group about to board the plane. And with them, George and Joey.
Honesty, hard work. These are the values that I was raised with. The most important thing, Joey, is to be able to look yourself in the mirror before you go to sleep at night.
Hey, I got news for you, Flies. There's no way you're staying with us in Paris.
Man, that kid comes in and just has some great lines to pick on George with.
Mm-hmm. It made me think about George and kids. He's not really good with them. I'm thinking of the boy in the parking garage. You're ugly.
I was thinking of you should see George with this kid when
that's next week. Actually,
the woman who has it. Oh, good. we'll get to see some more evidence of that.
He's sucking down equal packets.
Don't put your tongue on the floor. Oh.
We cut over to Rudy's, and Frank is confronting the owner for burning his clothes.
Those clothes are not yours to burn. Who are you, anyways? I'm the father. He said his father was dead.
He said I was dead?
That's right. Squeeze an extra $25 out of me.
That's what my life is worth to him, $25?
Hey, Frank! Oh, hey, I just want you to know that I'm retracting our dinner invitation.
Well, you don't have to retract it, because we never went.
I'm retracting that it was ever offered.
I retract your retraction.
Oh, what are you trying to unload some of that junk of yours?
Will you excuse me, please? We're conducting business here.
You can keep your raincoats. I'm not interested.
Wait, I thought we had a deal.
That's another one of my shirts. You're not buying any more clothes from anyone off the street.
Who's off the street? I'm in the raincoat business 35 years.
Yeah, I know there are moths like his stuff. My clothes don't have moths.
Because of his morts, you're not buying my raincoats?
That's right. I'm all ticklish.
Oh, I love that line. He goes, $25? Is that what my life's worth to him? the revelation in Frank's mind. It's sad but funny when it comes out of Frank Costanza's mouth.
Yeah, it's great. I look at the scene as being really important because it's the first time, and really one of the few times, Jerry Stiller and Barney Martin share a scene together.
I did not even realize that. I wish we could have seen these guys together more often in the series.
When you think of the Costanzas and Seinfelds in the same room, other than the finale, you've got, are you trying to keep us out of Del Bisto Vecco?
You're right. That's what I'm going to ask Larry when I meet him is, why didn't we get more Seinfeld Costanza scenes?
There you go. And we gathered from the clip pretty much that, so the clothes are burned. Rudy doesn't want the raincoats, and Kramer's all ticklish. We cut over to JFK once again, and here the Seinfelds are about to board their flight to Miami. They're heading home. Jerry and Elaine are there. No surprise, Aaron is there too.
Well, should we also point out that flight 433 now boarding to Miami? That's LD, right?
You got it.
Flight 433 now boarding for Miami, gate 18A. Flight 433 now boarding.
So Aaron really wants the Seinfelds to stay longer, but Jerry and Elaine feel differently. He even gives them like a big hug before they board.
He clutches both of them at the same time, as if a person of blood, related by blood, would.
It's like, we'll call you when we get home. Thank you.
I think they were talking to me, but whatever.
So the Seinfelds board their plane, and here we go.
Aaron, are you okay?
I could have done more. I could have done so much more.
You did enough.
No. I could have called the travel agency. Got them on another flight to Paris. I could have got them out.
You tried, Aaron. It's too expensive.
This watch. This watch could have paid for their whole trip. This ring. This ring is one more dinner I could have taken them out to. Water. They need some water.
Why?
Go get dehydrated on the plane. Get the Seinfeld some water. Please.
It wasn't until years later that I'm like, oh,
this is Schindler's List.
I had a Matt moment.
Hey.
Yeah.
Screw you.
What? I didn't say anything.
Great delivery from Judge Reinhold, especially when he holds up the watch. This watch.
This watch. Yeah.
Just the eyes. There's so much emotion.
He's too good. Mm-hmm. Oh, we should get him. We should set up Judge with what's her name? Who does the AIDS walk?
Oh, Lena Horne.
Lena Horne. No, that's not her name.
I think it is.
No, you know what actress you remind me of? Lena Horne. Is it Nina? Maya Angelou?
Mick Jagger. Oh, whoops. Lena Small.
Oh, okay.
Lena Horne. Hey,
that was pretty funny. They're so good. I think would go really well together.
Yeah, I could see that. Of all the scenes that you can parody from Schindler's List, I think this might be the only one.
Yeah.
Without it being totally tasteless.
Right.
What a challenge for a comedian. It's like, all right, make fun of Schindler's List.
Yeah.
Without offending someone. Which,
exactly.
That's a tall order. We all know how sensitive everyone is nowadays, and some things are taboo. I'm offended. I'm outraged. But I think anything can be made fun of. I think anything is fair game. It's either funny or it's not. And
some people argue, though, that depending on when an event happened, there may be some either grieving time or just you got to kind of tread lightly. I remember there's an Office clip where Michael is talking about AIDS is not funny. You can't make fun of AIDS. And he's like, just recently, he's like, the Holocaust you can make fun of. Just recently, the Lincoln assassination. I need to go see this movie like I need a hole in the head. And Anthony Jeselnik had a lot of criticism after the Boston Marathon bombings because he made a Twitter joke that day.
Wow, that's...
But he tends to push the envelope in a tasteless way with his jokes.
I don't look at that as like, oh, wow, he's I'm like, oh, there's a guy who's starved for attention. And like Gilbert Gottfried did the same thing. Remember with the tsunami?
Right.
A few years ago, he like lost the whole Aflac deal because of it.
As a result. Because I'm sure there is humor that you could find in there. Because I actually like Anthony Jeselnik as a comedian. I have both of his albums. But on his show, he would make fun of cancer and AIDS and all these things. And he did it in a fun way. But that the Boston Marathon thing, I thought was also tasteless.
Right.
And I understand why there was the criticism against him.
Sure. I just, it's not that I like offensive humor like that, just, because it's tasteless. I just like it when you see a comedian who you respect and you admire fumble, or screw up, because it just goes to show, like, as perfect as someone like Jerry Seinfeld seems to be, I like seeing them flawed, and I like seeing them screw up from time to time.
That's what stand-up is falling down. Picking yourself back up and refining that material so that it is good.
Anyways, let's go over to the Goldsteins. He answers the door, Mr. Goldstein, and giddy Jerry asks if Rachel is home.
I'm afraid Rachel's not going to be able to see you tonight, or any other night for that matter.
His voice is so deep.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, what a presence. Is this actor well known?
Yeah. Stephen Perlman plays Mr. Goldstein. He actually passed away in 1998, but he was in Serpico, The Horse Whisperer, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Private Parts, and Pi.
I know all those movies really well, but I can't place him.
It's a shame because that voice, like, he has a presence, like you said.
Yeah. Oh my God. There's something about this scene, the way it's shot, and with his voice, it kind of creeped me out a little bit. Does it seem kind of dreamlike to you? The lighting and
it's almost because it's shot at an angle where you see both characters at that 3/4 view. It's like a direct. It's because you see it from Jerry's point of view, and then you see it from Rachel's point of view, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So it does seem a little bit odd.
Yes. And we all know from this clip, he lays into Jerry for, what he did in the movie theater. What is it? Weak moral fiber.
Yes.
Great line.
Fun too.
And he heard all about the behavior in the movie theater from his postman, a heavyset fellow. I believe he lives in your building. And thus ends the Jerry Rachel relationship for now.
A really cool bit of trivia came out of this particular scene with Mr. Goldstein and Rachel and him laying into Jerry. Can you shine some light on that, Matt?
Yeah, so the actor wasn't available to film on set, in front of the audience that day. So what they had to do is they had to recreate the scene, Jerry, Rachel, and someone filling in for the father. And it was none other than Larry David. So here's a really cool audio clip of the three of them doing this scene on the apartment set, the day of filming.
Well, hi, Mr. Goldstein. Is Rachel home?
I'm afraid Rachel's not going to be able to see you tonight. Or any other night for that matter.
Why? What did I do?
You know very well. I heard about your behavior at the movies the other night. It was disgraceful. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I, for one, will not allow my daughter to be involved with someone of such weak moral fiber. Fortunately, my postman happened to witness the entire incident. Heavy-set fellow. I believe he lives in your building. Now, if you don't mind.
But Rachel!
Good night!
Oh!
Letters, starring Larry David.
Good night.
It's fantastic.
It's cool to see this because Larry David has definitely developed some acting chops as he's gotten older and Fish in the Dark. But I mean, of course, he's just reading off a script here, but you get to see a little bit of beginnings and how he kind of transformed into the actor we know today. You know what's really interesting is like people may or may not have known Larry David and his personality back then and how much he was George Costanza. It's interesting. Back then, people may not have known exactly what was going on. Like, who's this bald guy reading these lines?
We watched Curb Your Enthusiasm before the Seinfeld DVDs came out, so we knew who he was. But I don't think you and I really knew, as huge Seinfeld fans, what a big presence he had or influence he had on the show.
Yeah, I did not. I'm just like, oh, this guy related to Seinfeld has a show? Like, I never put that together. And with each watch, the more I watch Seinfeld, the more I watch Curb, and the more... Every week we do this show. And, man, I developed so much more respect and admiration for Larry. He's it.
I mean, there was a long time, when we're like, oh, yeah, this is Jerry Seinfeld's show.
Right.
You know, if Jerry Seinfeld didn't do this show, it wouldn't be the same. And I'd argue...
Seinfeld show.
I don't think it's a tough argument to make that without Larry David, the show would not be what it is.
Yes, but I don't want to say it's 50-50, but you can't have one without the other. You got to have... And the way Michael Richards put it perfectly for me, because I'm a music guy, but... It is John Lennon and Paul McCartney. You got, even though they could have solo careers and be very successful, the two of them together just make comedic poetry.
Mm-hmm. So we move over to Monks, and a little epilogue here. Jerry tells Elaine that when his parents got home, turns out their condo was cleaned out.
Get out.
Have you ever seen this before? A booth get out?
A booth get out? No.
Turns out Klompus never fixed the broken window. Thieves walked right in. So they just had to take a vacation after that. Travel agent is setting them up with a cruise. Meanwhile, Elaine is coming to terms with her old boyfriend now, her ex-boyfriend rather, and wonders if Jerry ever noticed, Aaron used to stand really close to people when he talked.
No, I hadn't noticed.
Yeah.
It's Jerry clearly knows Aaron is a close talker and the relationship's over, so why not be straight with Elaine? Why not be like, yeah, well, you remember when, what was it? I don't like to tell people this, but Dad can make some people really uncomfortable. Oh, you don't say. Like yes. he won't admit this truth to Elaine.
Yeah. For him, maybe it's just like, let's just let it go.
Well, I think because they're at minute 41, they need to get out of the show.
Hey, speaking of which...
They don't want to delve into it.
We've got 15 minutes left. We better wrap this puppy up too, right?
Get going.
All right, cool. Well, in comes Newman.
Her bear claws, please.
Does that sound familiar? This scene of Newman walking into Monk's, walking up to the counter and saying, pair of bear claws, please, that also happened in The Sniffing Accountant.
Really?
Remember when Jerry's fuming in the back booth because Newman never mailed the letter?
Certain imbecile, yeah.
And Newman walks in, pair of bear claws, please, and he starts hopping.
Oh, and he does that little dance?
Yeah.
Oh man, I totally forgot that this happened twice.
Yeah, so this is
realize.
Not only is it the same, blocking of Newman walking up to that counter, but this is one of several episodes this season where Jerry kind of confronts Newman at the end. It also happened in The Barber.
Right.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That might be it. So it's only 3 times. But,
well, more than 2.
Yeah. But yeah, I just thought this was kind of like a neat kind of throwback to The Sniffing Accountant. A little different here, though. Jerry doesn't walk up to a woman and, she feels his material. He does the, hi, Newman. And they talk a little bit about the shocking brutality in Schindler's List and how that was nothing as Jerry chases Newman out of Monk's.
And I got to say, in the series, they've talked about how fast and nimble Wayne Knight is on his feet, very agile. But when Jerry hops out of that booth, he zips out of that diner. I couldn't get over how fast he was.
Yeah, they really...
He was so fast with those keys.
Oh, boy.
But a myth did begin to grow about his speed.
Well, we cut over to Paris. George is in a cafe wondering where the hell Joey's father is.
Where is your father?
And meanwhile, Joey just leans over and just pushes a piece of butter onto George's glasses.
He's saying hello to a girl, a woman.
Oh, I didn't pick up on that.
So it makes it even funnier that Joey smears butter into his glasses.
This whole Paris thing made me think of the finale episode. How, they're going to get NBC is giving them a plane to take anywhere they want in the world. Mm-hmm. And they all decide, hey, let's all just go to Paris. And it always, made me a little sad thinking, oh, they never made it to Paris. But from this episode, George makes it to Paris. Can you think of
That's a really good point.
Can you think of the other character that makes it to Paris? Of the main four. And I'll give you a clue. It's already happened. That's a Joe Pesci line from Home Alone. You're taking a trip to Paris.
Little fella. Was that Elaine with Dr. Reston?
Yeah, you got it. There you go.
Hey, I'm so good.
We cut over to a cruise, and the Costanzas are, walking around. I guess there's some cabana wear left over because, Frank's got that shirt on. They're in their vacation clothes. They're excited to be taking a trip. And just as they're about to settle in, they walk right into the Seinfelds. And isn't that such a great image of the two couples sharing the screen for the first time?
This is that spinoff idea we heard earlier.
Yeah, there you go. From, who was that? Who was that brilliant pitchman?
I don't remember. But this isn't the last time the Costanzas and Seinfelds will bump into each other, is it?
No. I don't think it happens that often, but we're thinking mainly of the Del Bista Vecco.
You need a buffer zone.
So let's get out of here with some stand-up. Personal distance is a very important thing. There's a new personal distance, ATM distance. When someone's using an ATM, you want to be about 6 feet back, don't you? Because people get a little edgy around that ATM, don't they? They got their money out, their eyes, they're darting all around. The other place I want to be about 6 feet away is a urinal. You want some distance there, too. ATMs and urinals. I guess whenever someone's taking valuables out of their pants, you want to give them as much room as possible.
Equating taking valuables out of your pants at both the ATM and the urinal is, again, I say the same thing every week, but so you know it's coming. But stroke of genius.
Yeah, I love it when a joke comes together.
Mm-hmm.
It's like A plus B equals C.
Yeah, and a little freeze frame action to end the episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a while.
It's old school.
Mm-hmm. We're running late on time here, Vinny, so you want to move on to ratings and reviews?
Yes, please.
So, what do you think?
Well, if it wasn't obvious from the past hour or so, the connection this morning isn't very good. You know, Vinny, you've been dropping out a few times, so we're going to keep this
it sucks
segment a little bit shorter than normal. Love a lot of moments to this hour-long episode. You know, I love the close talker scenes. I love the Schindler's List plot. I love seeing the Seinfelds and the Costanzas together. Newman is incredible. A lot of little moments, but to me, the George Rudy cabana wear arc, Elaine just complaining about her boyfriend while it's valid, just having her only complain, it doesn't really do it for me. As far as like an hour-long episode goes, I still think it's funny, but out of all the hour-long episodes we've gotten so far, the boyfriend, the pilot, the ticket pitch, this probably is my least favorite of those four.
Wow, okay.
I mean, the boyfriend and the pilot are my number 1 and number 2 episodes of the series so far. So
that's right.
It's going to be pretty hard to top those, but I would take the... Oh, wait, what about the trip? That's an hour-long episode. This would be on par with the trip, I think. I'd put this one ahead of the trip, I guess, a little bit, yeah. What about you?
Every time the Raincoats comes on, I'm always excited to watch it, and I love that we get a lot of Morty and Helen and a lot of Frank and not as much Frank and Estelle, but I think Morty is what makes me really cherish this episode. But I do agree with some of the points you made in that the boyfriend is such a solid 1-hour episode as well as the pilot. But yeah, I guess because we had to have more screen time appearance that kind of Lane's character kind of got lost in the shuffle. And, you know, I don't mind the Rudy George storyline. I love the character of Rudy and Mike Haggerty as well, the actor. But
those are the only scenes for me that make it feel like an hour-long episode, like they're
extending. I see. Yeah.
I feel the same way about George in the I don't know if it's the bottle deposit or the Cadillac. Remember the whole downtown arc where he's trying to figure out what that means? Like that's
kind of weak. I agree.
That's what like the clothing storyline feels like in this episode for me. Just too much of the same scene over and over again.
But I think the thing that I love most about this episode is the character of Aaron, as well as his trait being the close talker. All these isms have come out of Seinfeld. This is maybe one of the most popular or most well-known is the idea of the close talker. So to see that in the flesh, as well as Judge Reinhold, he's awesome this week. So he is what makes this episode so memorable for me.
Yeah, I love the Aaron character. He is one of the best. And as we've pointed out, you know, a lot of firsts this time. The Seinfeld Costanza's getting together. The first of several Rachel appearances, which, you know, even though if you're not a huge fan of hers, she is still I'd say an important girlfriend in the big scheme of things. Yeah. Ultimately, I don't think this is going to crack the top 20, or I know it won't. What about you?
I thought it might have going into the episode, but now I'm like, you talked me out of it. Puffy shirt rules.
You're number 20. You're holding on to it.
Yeah. Like grim death.
Well, I think I'm going to give this one 8 corned beef sandwiches from the deli in the lobby of Pendant Publishing. What about you?
I'm going to give this episode 9 boxes of moth-ridden cabana crap. Out of 10. Still a solid episode. All right, that's going to do it for us here on Seincast this week. Please feel free to send us an email at seincast@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram.
Vinny, what episode are we discussing next week?
Next week, we're hung up on some clown from the 60s, man. We're discussing the 20th episode of Season 5, The Fire.
But for now, I'm Matt.
I'm Bozo.
Signing off. Seincast is not endorsed by Castle Rock Entertainment, Sony Pictures, or NBC. It is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Seinfeld, the Seinfeld logo, and all names, pictures, and audio of Seinfeld characters are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.
Now, if you don't mind.
Rachel.
Good night.